friends, today we are going to monogram pajamas. We are not going to make pajamas, but we are going to monogram pajamas with our Cricut. You are crafting with Kim Byers at the Celebration Shop. Okay, so let me start by showing you what's on the craft table. So I have my pajamas, which I purchased at Target. They have really great family pajamas. And I have white iron-on, I have my mat, I have a pair of scissors, I have my weeding tool, I have my EasyPress, I have my Cricut Maker, I have a straight edge cutter, and I also have a clear ruler. And so these are all the things that I'm going to need to monogram my pajamas. Okay, so the one thing I didn't show you is my Design Space file. So I'm just using my iPhone, I'm using the Cricut Design Space app. I've gone in and opened up a new project, gone to image, and I've searched K monogram. And so you see there's lots of different kinds of Ks. I've chosen this one because it's not too girly, and so my boys can live with it, so it kind of works for us as a family. But it's a great one because it already aligns everything. So you insert that font. I'm not going to because I already have them in. But when you go into layers, you'll insert each one of the fonts, and then you'll hide the position that you don't want to use. So see, and I've hid, like I have the A or the K here, but then I've hidden the other two positions. So that works really well with this particular font. And so it makes it super simple, like for setup too, because you can shift them around and move them around and make sure that everything's the right size. And then once you've done that, what I like to do is I highlight and I go into actions. And I've already done it, but you can group them and attach them so that they are together when they hit the mat. It's pretty simple. Okay, so now our next step is to hit Make It, and we're going to replace what's on our mat. And so now both of those monograms are there. So the first thing you want to do is make sure, since we're doing iron-on, that you want to mirror them. And you can always see down here it actually says what size the mat is and if mirror is on or off. So we go up and then it opens up that mat. We're going to mirror both of them, close the mat, and see now they're backwards. We just hit continue. Okay, so now we are in the mat view and we can select what type of material we want to use. So I am using Everyday Iron-On. Okay, so we choose that. And if you have not connected to your machine yet today, it will prompt you to connect to your machine. So now everything's ready on the Design Space piece here, and the next thing you do will prep your mat. Okay, to be able to prep your mat, you have to know what size of material you need. And so you should obviously know that because you put it into Design Space, which means that you have measured this pocket on these pajamas already. And I actually have, because we're doing 4 different sets of pajamas. But let me just show you. So these particular pajamas have a pocket. And so what I will always do is measure and just make sure that I'm accurate on everything. So this pocket is 4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So my monogram is 2.3, so if this helps you, 2.3 by, actually I take that back, it's 2.3 this way by 3. So there will be dead space all the way around the monogram, and you want that so that it looks good. So now we just need to cut out our iron-on and get it on the mat. Okay, so with both monograms on one mat, we actually need a piece of material that is roughly 5.5 by 3.5. Okay, so for iron-on, you want to place that shiny side down on the mat. Okay, and then you just load it into your machine. Okay, so now we have it off the mat, and if you can see, it's really hard to see on the white, but we're going to separate the 2 monograms. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can. And this is when I would break out my bright pad if I was having difficulty seeing, but this is a really easy weed, so I'm not going to bring that one out. And I start with my fingers first, and then I will use the tool when I get to smaller details. Okay, so now I've weeded the entire design and we're ready to apply it to our pajamas. So I've gotten out my EasyPress 2. My pajamas are actually polyester, and so if you look on the quick reference guide, which I will link down below so you guys can find it really easily, you put in the type of material you're ironing onto and the type that you cut out, and it tells you how hot to make your EasyPress and for how many seconds to do it. So let's get pressing. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to heat our fabric up for a couple of seconds before we put on our design. And I'm going to do this for like 5 seconds or so just to get the fabric warm. And then what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that I am placing my monogram in the center, and of course my EasyPress is in the way here. So when I place on, honestly I could probably eyeball this one pretty well. I want to make sure though that I'm about 3/4 of an inch. About 3/4 of an inch, maybe scooting over just a smidge. Again, right there. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and so from top to bottom, I think I'm gonna pull it down just a little. Okay, so I think that's about perfect. And so my EasyPress is at 315 degrees and we want to do it for 30 seconds. So we're going to place it on a design and we're going to give it light pressure. Oh, and I have to hit go. And since that took me a second, I'm going to shave off about 5 seconds. Okay, so now we've done that for 30 seconds, and this is really important, guys. You want to turn your shirt over and press from the opposite side. Make sure that you're not on top of your buttons, but this will really seal that in. And we're only going to do this side for 15 seconds. I could have changed my timer by hitting the timer and then the negative button, but I'm just going to watch it. But this really helps set it in from both directions. Okay. I'm going to turn it back over. And we should be able to pick it up. Perfect. Monogrammed pajamas. So cute. Okay guys, so there you have it, monogram pajamas in a matter of minutes. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that you get notified every time we make a new video, and I'll see you next time.